Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our coffee break, Friday, August 6th. We're going to just give it a few moments to get everybody in the room and settled. Appreciate you all joining us on Zoom. It's been just over 2 months since our last coffee break on Zoom, but we really appreciate you joining us this morning. I just want to mention I have a quick trivia contest for everybody, and you can answer in the chat. And the person that this trivia question is designated towards cannot answer and do not give the answer away. But our very own Marshall Haprov is not our MC this morning, but he is on the call. And I noticed as I did all the counting up how many coffee breaks. So I'm going to give away $20 worth of chamber bucks that can be used at any chamber event. So two prizes. One prize, sorry, $20. So if you can guess, if Marshall had emceed this morning, how many coffee breaks would that have been? So think about that and put your answer in the chat, and I will announce the winner, or I'll just reach out to you because we got to speed things along here. But anyways, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our MC of today's coffee break with Saddle Rock Reverse Mortgage and a director on the Greater High Desert Chamber of Commerce Board, Shannon. Shannon, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, everyone. So I got a question, Mark. So if we're guessing on Marshall, was this set up so that Marshall, this could be a question for everybody? Or what do you think Marshall's doing today?
Well, actually, I know what he's doing today. He said he's off today. And when I noticed that he had registered, he said that he would be listening in while cleaning the house. So that's pretty good motivation for a day off, I think.
Oh, there you go. Productive. Well, Marshall, we see you. We'll wave. Hopefully you can listen in and we'll do you proud here. So anyway, yes, my name is Shannon, and we want to ask each of you to go ahead and announce yourselves in the chat and anything else about your business that you would like to mention. If anyone has any question for our speakers, please send these questions over via private message in the Zoom chat box, either to myself or Mark, and we will read these questions after each speaker. So, we'll go ahead and get going. So very first one, did Mayor Reyes come in? Did we see him enter the Zoom?
I have not seen him. Jenny, is he in the room? Okay. I don't think Mayor Reyes is able to join us this morning, but perhaps if he does join us late, we could squeeze him in, Shannon.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you see him come in. All right, so then we will move to our first sponsor. It's Thompson Family Plumbing, and I believe we have Devin Thompson here with us. Devin, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for that, Shannon. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you for this opportunity. Hope everybody is doing well now that we're back to our fun little Zoom meetings and everybody's got their coffee. I got water, so cheers, everybody. My business has been extremely busy during COVID, almost a little too busy to where it's hard to keep up with the service demand. If you guys know anybody who has any experience or even no experience at all, but wants to come and learn a trade and become a blue collar worker, I am happy to take anybody willing to work, anybody who is going to actually take their job seriously. So if you guys know anybody, please let me know. I want to thank Mike Holtz from the San Bernardino County Workforce Development Department. He has reached out to me and he's helping me try to find some people to keep up with the work demand. And I just want to say thank you to each of you here for continuing to patronize and support my business during this time. It really means a lot to John and I to see everybody's support. And I miss all of you guys so very much. So thank you so much for this opportunity to share.
All right. Thank you, Devin. Thank you for being a sponsor. Does anybody have any questions for Devin? All right. Good to see you, Devin.
You too, Shannon.
All right. Then we will go ahead and we will move right into our City of Hesperia update. Mayor Cameron Gregg, can you go ahead and unmute yourself and what's going on in Hesperia?
All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. As we roll into the weekend, I have a few announcements. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone that came out and participated in our National Night Out. It was a huge success. And with our San Bernardino County Fire representatives out there and our Sheriff's Department representatives, it was an amazing event to bring our community closer to one another. As I'd like to also mention, Congressman Jay Obernolte was able to request a $2 million appropriation of federal monies for street improvements on Maple. So we look forward to that project as we move forward. That's a huge benefit to our community. As many people know how bad Maple is, that will definitely help us out there. And during the pandemic, we've seen a lot of people adopt pets, and recently we've had a surge of pets come back to the shelter. So we'd like to announce to everyone that Hesperia Animal Shelter is offering a special adoption pricing of only $20 for both dogs and cats until August 7th. So if you are looking for a pet or know somebody that is looking for a pet, send them over our way or visit petharbor.com. And we are happy to see our students back in school. As we have been through this whole pandemic, we haven't had our kids back in school. So this is really important to us, and seeing that they remain healthy and have a great, successful school year moving forward. Other than that, I don't have any other updates. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to message me in the chat or message me direct.
All right. It doesn't look like we have any questions, Cameron. We do have a comment. Chris Lamro said, we would love to host a pet adoption event. Who wouldn't? That would be fun. So maybe make a connection there. All right, I don't see any other questions. So then we will move on to our next sponsor, which is Southwest Gas Corporation. And that is Christopher Davey, and he is the administrator for the Division of Damage Prevention. Did I get that right, Chris?
Yeah, it's a mouthful. Thank you for that. Yeah, good morning, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Chris Davey. I am the Damage Prevention Administrator for Southwest Gas's Southern California Division. So what that means is I pretty much oversee all of our projects and programs and various initiatives that relate to the protection of our pipelines. And then also our emergency responder liaison and training programs as well. So I just wanted to let everybody know that this coming Wednesday, August 11th, is National 811 Day. So 811 Day really gives us, I guess, the utility operator to remind both professional excavators and do-it-yourself homeowners about the importance of calling 811 at least 2 working days before beginning any digging project. Okay. 811 is a national program that's intended for digging projects of all sizes, everything from planting trees and installing mailboxes to large construction projects where you see, houses being built. Any digging honestly can result in accidents that could be avoided with a simple phone call. So the program is free. It's really among our key elements at Southwest Gas that help us to establish the core values that are really dedicated to promoting safety, quality, stewardship, and excellence. And we work hard really to educate the community about just how to be as safe as possible. So just to give you guys a quick rundown on how the process works, first and foremost, you have to call 811. And after you do call 811, utility owners such as ourselves are going to respond and mark out all the underground utility lines that are owned by the utility. Once you've waited the required 2 days and confirmed that all utilities have responded, you're pretty much free to dig, but you got to make sure you're only using hand tools when digging near the buried utilities. So that means no backhoes, no trenchers, augers, or really any other mechanical equipment that's gonna disrupt that line. So if your marks get wiped out or destroyed to the project, just make sure that you call 811 and tell them you need markings reapplied. And then we'll send someone back out to the job site to relocate our facility and place field markings really as often as you request them. So that's pretty much it. Honestly, the process is pretty simple. I do want to say, and I've seen this just from, doing this for 7 years now, and the experience I have, failing to call 811 can result in a lot of weird things happening, everything from damaged lines to service interruptions and big bills, but also some cases, serious injuries can result, and we want to prevent those to the extent that we can. Honestly, calling 811 is the easiest and probably the single most important thing we can do to prevent that from happening. So that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for allowing me to be here today.
All right, looks like we have, Devin said, thank you for the reminder. The dig alert is very important. Chris, looks like Cameron reached out to you for your pet event, adoption event. So it looks like there's a connection there. And then I have a question for you, Chris. So I live in a neighborhood and all of a sudden you can see all of these marks on the street and I haven't called for a dig alert. There's no new houses going up, but it seems like every single utility is marking on the street and pointing at different things. Is that what's going on?
So that's usually indicative of a project that's kicking off there. Someone is going to be coming in or doing some kind of work. So they've requested utilities to come out and locate the lines. It could be anything from, maybe a sewer replacement project, water main replacement. It could be us coming out replacing gas lines. If you really want specific information, shoot me an email. I could look it up for you and tell exactly what's happening.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, wonder what's going on here. All of a sudden we've got all the colors of the rainbow on the street.
Yep. Someone's going to be doing some digging in your neighborhood very soon.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. Any other questions for Chris? All right, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a sponsor.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move right into the City of Victorville update. Sue Jones, the Public Information Officer. Good to see you, Sue.
Good morning, and it's really great to be back on Zoom. And I know we can't see each other personally, but it's wonderful to get an opportunity to visit everyone, even if it is on Zoom. And thank you so much for this opportunity to give an update from the City of Victorville. Just like Mayor Gregg mentioned, we also hosted a recent National Night Out this past Tuesday for the City of Victorville, and we moved it to Hook Park this year, and it really was great to be in the park setting rather than on Civic Drive, in many ways simply because of the heat factor. You didn't have that blazing heat coming up off the asphalt. And it was really great to have so many people come out and visit with us and our police department, our fire department. And we had a lot of city departments represented, lots of games and fun that night, giving out prizes and visiting with families. And it was really great. So thanks to everyone that came out and visited with us. I'd also like to let you know that we have reopened our search to fill a vacancy on our Victorville Planning Commission. The Planning Commission is an appointed body that considers land use in the city, and they also review development projects that are planned. And any Victorville resident who's interested in serving our community as a planning commissioner is invited to apply. You can apply by submitting a letter of interest and your resume no later than September 1st. And the instructions and more information are available at vb.city/PC apply, and I'll put that in the chat for you. Recently, our City Council approved the establishment of a utility bill assistance program designed to help Victorville residents and businesses who are having difficulty paying city utility bills due to a COVID-related hardship. And I want to emphasize, this is not just for residents, it's also open to businesses. If qualified, this program can be used to zero out your balance for water, trash, sewer, storm drain, or household hazardous waste that is owed between April 2020 and July 2021. And this will be a one-time payment. Applications will be accepted through August 23rd or until the funds are exhausted. And we allocated $2 million for this program from American Rescue Plan Act funds that we're receiving from the federal government. And you can learn more about our utility bill assistance program and apply on our website at victorvilleca.gov/utility help. I'll also put that in the chat. In total, the City of Victorville expects to receive $33.5 million in ARPA funds from the federal government. We've received half of this allotment this past June, and we expect to receive the second half next year in June. And our City Council last month approved an allocation plan that includes investments of this money in broadband infrastructure, housing and homelessness, community improvements, community and small business recovery, and water, sewer, and storm drain infrastructure. And stay tuned. We will be making further announcements to our community about how these programs will, as they're finalized, we'll put those details out to our community. And we're very excited to host our first ever Victorville Sings competition to identify the best young singer in our area. The competition is open to youth ages 8 to 17, and contestants don't have to be residents of Victorville to participate. The top 15 contestants will advance from the auditions on the August 18th, and they will advance to compete for the winning title during our Concert in the Park series that will be hosted each Friday evening in September at Hook Park. Finalists will be selected from the first 3 concerts, and the champion will be crowned at our final concert in the park on September 24th. Registration for the auditions is $5, and you can register at victorvilleca.gov/recreation. And follow our social media to learn more about our Concert in the Park series that will be at Hook each Friday night in September. We have a great lineup of headliner bands, including Stone Soul, Neon Nation, Retro Blast, and Hard Day's Night, which is a tribute to the Beatles. And finally, if you need to offload old documents, appliances, mattresses, TVs, and more, we invite you to join us for our free Shred Fest, mulch giveaway, and recycling event this Saturday. We'll be out at the Materials Recovery Facility, or we like to call it the MRF, which is at on Abbey Lane, just off of Stoddard Wells Road. We'll be there from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And if you need to shred a whole lot of documents, you can bring up to 4 banker boxes. And I'd like to emphasize this event is free and open to all high desert residents, not just Victorville. It's open to the entire high desert. And you can learn more, including what the acceptable items will take at this event on our website at victorvilleca.gov/dumpitright.vv. And then you could click on the upcoming cleanup event. And that's it. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Shannon.
All right. Hey, a lot of dirt is moving over there on Ridgecrest. Any updates on that, on the bridge or any of that?
Well, the project's underway. That's the Green Tree Extension project, and we're making great progress. It will be a 24-month-long project, so there's a lot that goes into that project, but we're making great progress, and it looks like we're still on schedule to have it done when it was expected. That would have been 2 years from June when we broke ground. Yeah.
Well, it looks like progress because, like I said, there's a lot of dirt moving around. So
yeah, at the end of right there at Green Tree Boulevard, where the Green Tree Extension starts off of Hesperia Road, they had to really build up the dirt there and raise, I guess, make it level and raise it up so that that's where the first pedestal for the bridge will be. So it really needed to build up, and then it'll go out and link up with Ridgecrest there. So yeah, really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine it now. It's starting to take shape. So anyway,
Yes,
exciting stuff. Exciting
it's really
stuff.
happening.
It's happening. I think I've lived up here over 30 years now, and we have talked about that for a long, long time, needing it. So exciting stuff.
It is exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Anything for Sue? I don't see anything right now, Sue. If there's anything comes up, I'll bring it up again.
Okay, great.
But thank you for being here with us. Okay, good to see you. All right, we're to that time where we're going to go out into our breakout rooms. So Mark, Jenny, are you going to tell us how that's going to happen?
Jenny will handle it all. And I just wanted to quickly mention, though, that there still has not been a correct guess on had Marshall Haprov MC today. How many would that have been? But I think we'll award it to the closest two, and I'll announce that during my update if we haven't got a correct guess yet.
Maybe you should give them a hint, maybe something. So maybe think how long were we in COVID?
Okay,
How
more,
many
how about,
months? Maybe
how about less than 40, but more than 20? How about that?
that's good.
All right. Well, that was a long
Pretty
pause there,
generous.
Shannon. Okay, Jenny, off to you.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
All right. All right. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. We are going to go into our breakout rooms. So while Mark and Shannon have been talking, I have been setting up the breakout rooms. And when we go into them, there's going to be a button that says join breakout room. So be sure you click that button to take you to the breakout room. Otherwise, you'll miss out on the networking. Okay, so you're going to have 5 minutes to introduce yourself to everyone in the breakout room, discuss what services or goods you provide, and then also exchange contact information if you would like. So it's 5 minutes, and then I will go ahead and end the breakout room. So don't leave your breakout room early. It will automatically close, and then we will join the main session. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to open up the breakout rooms right now. Okay, you guys should be able to press that button that says to join your breakout room. All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had a good time networking. I know a few of the rooms it was a little difficult because about 10 of you guys didn't join the rooms. So I was trying to move some people around so they had people in their rooms. But
And we know who you are too.
we do. I took a screenshot of everybody that did not join the room.
Hey, is the PowerPoint up by any chance?
No,
Oh, so the PowerPoint stopped, didn't it?
yeah, it did.
All right, so now I have to share my screen again and.
There we go. We are back.
All right.
All right. Those are fun, breaking out into the rooms. Boy, there's some skills that we have learned during COVID, right?
You know what? I was almost one of the ones that didn't join a room. And then I decided, well, I better, because Jenny would know and my room would be unbalanced. But I learned, and I obviously I'm not as much hip as I thought I was, but I didn't realize we were talking about how I send emails to myself at night to remind me of things to do in the morning. And then they said, well, you should use Siri that will send you a reminder. I didn't know this. So I learned something. I'm pretty excited by that. So anyways, want me to continue with my update, Shannon?
Absolutely. It's all yours.
All right, everybody. Well, look, I have a lot of print on the screen, but I will tell you, if you want this emailed to you, I can email this to you. But we are excited. We have the state of the town that's going to be on Wednesday, August 18th, a 10:30 check-in with an 11:15 program start. Please join the Greater High Desert Chamber for the State of the Town address. This is an annual presentation by the mayor of the town of Apple Valley and the town members. Town council that brings residents, business, and civic leaders and chamber members together to reflect on town accomplishments from the past year and to review their plans for the future. Now, we're limited to only 200 tickets can be sold to this event, and I know that we're already halfway there. So if anyone is interested, you can check your email from a couple of days ago or today's blast email that will go out and register for the State of the Town. Again, that's coming up a week from Wednesday. We're really excited, and we do have sponsorships still available if anyone is interested. But again, if any of you are trying to read the screen, go ahead and put your business name or your name in the chat, and I can email you all this information for anyone who is interested. Our Kemper Campbell Ranch Mixer. This is our annual mixer that's going to be held out at the beautiful Kemper Campbell Ranch. Greater High Desert Chamber invites you to join us at the historic Kemper Campbell Ranch on Wednesday, September 15th from 5 to 7 p.m. This event allows members to network and develop new business relationships at a one-of-a-kind location. Again, we have sponsorships available as well. Registration for this will open next week. This is an event that also sells out. We can only sell out. This is a free event to our members, but we can only take 300 reservations. So there's more information coming up on that as well in the future, but there are sponsorships available. Again, if anyone is interested in this event, please put your business in the chat and I will reach out to you. Okay, and lastly, I just wanted to, mention again that, our coffee break is back in person at the Percy Bacher Center, although we will continue to do a monthly coffee break update via Zoom. Join us for coffee and donuts while networking with other local businesses. This is a heck of a way to start out your weekend for a real informative event. We bring in members each week who present on their business and the products and services that they provide. But again, we have different sponsorship levels. If you want to be a coffee break in-person sponsor, or if you want to be a monthly Zoom sponsor, the information is there. And we invite you, as always, to join us in person, join us via Zoom. We appreciate everyone here. We had over 50 on the call last time I checked. So that just goes to show you that there's still a lot of value in having monthly Zoom meetings. Anyways, wanted to thank you all. Again, everything's going really well with the Greater High Desert Chamber, and I thank you for all of your support. And that's all I have. Thank you very much. Thanks, Shannon. Oh, wait, Jenny, did we have a winner for the, or was that one person still the closest?
It looks like Gwen Beddix is the closest with 27.
All right, well then Gwen Beddix is our winner, but the correct had Marshall MC today. Today would have been his 30th anniversary, his 30th coffee break update. So congratulations, Gwen. We'll shoot over some chamber bucks to you, and thank you everybody for participating. So back to you, Shannon.
All right, so we're going to roll right into, I don't see any questions for you, Mark. So we're going to roll right into our next sponsor. We have a video from Transformation Training and Develop.
Hello, this is your friend Dr. Kenesha Williams, the owner of Transformation Training and Development. I have an announcement for you. Mark your calendars for Friday, October 8th, 2021. I am bringing Dr. John C. Maxwell to the high desert. That's right, Dr. John C. Maxwell to the high desert for an event called Live to Lead. Now, he is coming by simulcast, but it doesn't matter. He's still coming here, and it's going to be a live broadcast. So we're going to start at 7 o'clock with Coffee with Kenesha. We're going to get in the room and just enjoy each other. And then directly at 8 o'clock a.m., we're going to lean in with thousands of people around this world to hear the master of leadership pour into us. This is going to be a full one-day conference on Friday, October the 8th. Listen, and we're going to listen to Dr. John C. Maxwell. But let me tell you about another speaker that was speaking to our lives that day. His name, Jeff Henderson. You don't want to miss out on him. He wrote the book For, and he teaches us in that book that we have to be for the customers. He gives us specific strategies, leaders, business owners in this community. He's going to give us specific strategies on how we can improve businesses so that we can yield higher productivity and increase performance. So again, mark your calendars. The seats are going to be sold out. Do not delay. Right now, it's the time for the early bird special, but that's going to be going away here pretty soon. I'm going to feed you lunch. You're going to walk into this, and this is going to be an experience. So tell your friends, tell leaders in this area, mark that calendar. Again, one more time, Friday, October the 8th, full one-day conference, and it's professional development. So think about leaders, think about bringing your teams. It's going to be worth it. This is your friend Kenesha. I'm going to see you on Friday, October 8th at the Marriott in Hesperia. See you there.
Very nice. That is a woman with a lot of energy. You can't help but get excited when you hear her speak. So anyway, then we are going to go to the Town of Apple Valley update. Orlando, are you here?
I am. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for putting me after Dr. Williams. I feel like I just had an extra shot of espresso, and hopefully I can deliver for the next few minutes at that high level of energy. You're right, Casey. That's intense. I love it. Good morning again. Orlando Acevedo, Director of Business Development and Communications for the Town of Apple Valley. Glad to be here with you all this morning. Wanted to start off with some fun news. You may have read in the daily press this morning that one of our own has won Olympic bronze medal in the Tokyo Summer Olympics. That is Apple Valley native Megan Jastrab, and her cycling team won bronze this week in the women's pursuit. They also accomplished a national record in the race leading up to that. And so that's just fun, exciting news, not just for Apple Valley, but the entire high desert. And she actually will be in town, I think it's next week. And so I imagine she's gonna be terribly busy, but we're gonna try to grab her and put her on camera and do a fun interview with her. So just to hear her experience, hear about her roots here in Apple Valley. I know a few people have been able to engage with her during her time here. And so that should be fun. We're excited about that. And we wanna wish her on behalf of the entire town, entire Apple Valley, entire high desert, congratulations. This last week, the town council appointed Ms. Regina Weatherspoon Bell to serve on the Community Development Citizens Advisory Committee, that's the CDCAC, and Mr. Tom Hogerman to serve on the Historical Advisory Committee. The CDCAC advises the council on how to allocate federal funds for services such as nonprofits and infrastructure programs and housing programs that we fund here in the community. And so we look forward to Regina's support there. And then the Historical Advisory Committee advises the council on points of designation or points of historical interest, and helps the community promote history and culture here in Apple Valley. So again, thank you to Mr. Hogeman, former Apple Valley Unified Superintendent, for his volunteer support in that regard. This month, we featured Apple Valley Inn Barbershop as part of our Shop Local Media series. Mr. Max Villarreal reopened the historic barbershop located at Dale Evans Parkway and Happy Trails Highway. And he's really embracing the vintage history that barbershop and that property has had. And so to learn more about him and his story, follow our Shop Local social media accounts. That's on Facebook and Instagram. And you'll get to see his and many other stories of small businesses, and not just the products and services that they are providing to the community, but also the entrepreneurial story, the small business story, where they started and where they're headed. So it's fun. And if you're not following that, please do. This past week, we also issued some helpful information, a helpful guide on Joshua trees. As many of you may know, the state is studying whether or not the Western Joshua tree should be listed as an endangered species. And while they study that, which is expected to continue through April of 2022, there was an extension. If you weren't familiar with that, there was an extension on the study. So it's expected to be completed in April, not October of this year, but April of next year. And during that time frame, the tree is afforded the same protections as if it already were designated as an endangered or threatened species. And so the state has placed rules on whether or not the tree can be moved or relocated or taken. There's a very specific process if that should occur on a development project. It includes a take permit, and there's a series of measures that a project needs to follow in order to accomplish that. And so it has been not only controversial, but very confusing. And so again, we wanted to provide resources to our community, to our residents, to our builders, to our developers on what they can and can't do. And again, it's important for us to note that this isn't a town, it's not a Victorville, it's not a Hesperia policy. This is a statewide policy, but it's going to have significant impact. It could have significant impact on development in our communities here in the high desert. And so we have on record opposed the issue and we'll continue to protest it. But in the meantime, we at least want our stakeholders to have information to make an informed decision on that matter. So we'll be posting that to our social media very soon here. If you have questions on that, please reach out to me because again, it is a convoluted issue, and we want the common answer I hear from folks, realtors and developers or builders, is if you have a Joshua tree on your property, that means it's undevelopable, and that frankly is thankfully not necessarily the case. There are I don't need to keep belaboring the point, but there are some options, and we want our residents and our builders to understand those options. In lighter news, on Tuesday, the town hosted, as many of the other cities in the neighborhood, we hosted National Night Out at Civic Center Park, and we had a blast as families and kids came out to shake hands of our public safety officials and first responders. Got a chance to jump on fire trucks and patrol vehicles and put on vests. I know my littlest boy Jonah had a blast. It was right up his alley, and so he got to wear all kinds of gear and shake hands and jump in a helicopter. And so it was a fun event. He asked me when we got home, when is it happening again? And I had to say, next year, buddy, next year. So it's an annual event, but we had a good time. In upcoming news, the town, as Sue mentioned, I'm sorry, not the town, but the High Desert is hosting the August Shred Fest tomorrow at the Murph. I won't go over that again. Sue's already mentioned it, but it is open for all High Desert residents. This coming week, the County of San Bernardino is also seeking input on the redistricting plan. They will be hosting a meeting on August 12th at 10 a.m. in our council chambers. This is for the supervisorial districts. This isn't for city or town council districts. It's for the county supervisor districts. And so I assume that they're hosting more than just this event throughout the county, but this one will be next week at town council chambers. Again, that's August 12th at 10 a.m. To learn more about that, you can visit sbcountyredistricting.com. And then on Saturday, the town is hosting a popular rockin' flea market. That's from 8 to 1 on Friday. I'm sorry, Saturday the 14th again. Come by for shopping and live music and food trucks. That's located at Lions Park, just south of Dale Evans and Happy Trails Highway. At that same park, at the same time, we're also hosting a tire drop-off day. For more information on those two events, we actually are still taking vendors. I just learned from our rec department this morning. We're still taking vendors. I think they're at 50 vendors right now for the Rockin' Flea Market. So for more information on those two events, visit our website. In some very important news, I wanted to let everyone know that on Tuesday at our town council meeting, our council will consider a discussion regarding a letter of support for the partnership between Providence and Kaiser Permanente and the impact that partnership has on the town of Apple Valley. First, let me say that we support a regional hospital. It's critical and necessary for the entire high desert, but we are extremely concerned in losing our local hospital and the emergency room associated with it. The impact of the health and safety of our residents cannot be overstated. Not to mention the impacts of losing one of the largest employers in our community and that impact it would have to our neighborhoods if doctors and nurses and staff reconsider where their offices and where their residences should be. So again, this is a very important matter to the town, to our community, and we'll continue to advocate not just for any old reuse, but specifically for continued reuse of that facility as emergency room services and as the hospital itself. So again, that conversation will continue to occur and more recently Tuesday night at our town council meeting. And then to end with some lighter notes, please mark your calendars. The High Desert's, I believe, only triathlon is back. Apple Valley will be hosting the Reverse Tri at Civic Center Park on Saturday, September 25th. And this year categories include an individual triathlon, the triathlon relay, a kids triathlon, and then a standalone 5K. If you can't do all those things, I couldn't do all those things. I think I'll just stick with the 5K. Sue, will you join me out there? No? your hubby maybe.
Yes, Bob could do it. I don't know about
Bob.
me. I'd be like bringing back the pack, you know?
Yeah, we have, what is that? 5 weeks? We have 5 weeks to train up. So again, I wanted to encourage everybody to come out. That's a fun event. You can go to our website to register. And then finally, as Mark and others have mentioned, we are finalizing plans for the annual State of the Town address. Chris, all right, let's do it, Chris. Let's do it. I'll see you out there. I got to start running right now. I'm totally out of shape. But I appreciate the motivation, Chris. So we're finally finalizing plans for our first in-person State of the Town in 2 years. It's incredible, but we're super excited. It's August 18th at 10:45. I saw in the notes earlier today. And so again, wanted to encourage everybody to come on out. I want to thank Sam Thad at City Presentations and Tony at Groove Labs. And of course, Mark and Jenny for your support in getting this event up and running. So I look forward to seeing everybody there. I hope everybody has a great weekend. That's all. Thank you.
Hey, Orlando, is there this triathlon, is there like a division like over 50 1K by any chance?
You know, most of our events have a walk option. So come on out, Mark. And if you
walk option,
want to walk that, yeah.
That's
We've
Hey,
had
that's what I was going to say. Sue, we can walk it. It doesn't say how we have to get past it. It just says we have to get 5K.
And if you're watching the Olympics, there's that interesting walk run thing, right? So yeah, I mean, maybe that you do that.
I like the walk thing.
Well,
So anyway,
The
well,
speed
that's very
walk, that's it,
cool.
yeah. Thank
Speed
you.
walk, speed walk. Hey, one thing just to add on to your Joshua Tree update, I'm glad that you did that. If anybody is interested, you can go back or you can reach out to Mark on our last Legislative Affairs Committee meeting on July the 15th, and it is recorded. We had the attorney for CalSEMA come in and talk about what Orlando was just saying, and they're in the scientific phase, and really give updates as to where we are, you know. And right now is the scientific phase up until the date that Orlando just gave you. So if you want to go out and commission your own study, that's what they're looking at right this moment. But if you want to, I encourage you to reach out and get that video from Mark, because we went straight to an attorney who's in the middle of the lawsuit with all of this. So it was really good information. And then the other thing, I think, Mark, we had an additional winner to the Marshall. How many?
We did. I didn't say that that you couldn't go over the account. So Sherry Boyd with Southwest Gas guessed 33. So she'll tie with Gwen, and we'll send them both chamber bucks. And I did want to mention, I believe that video was put on Facebook, so it's on our YouTube channel, Greater High Desert Chamber. I will double check that after the meeting. If it's not there, I'll make sure it's put up there. But that legislative action was a really good one, so we put that out on social media and YouTube channel, so you could double check.
Hey, it looks like, Mark, there is a 31 on here too from Darren Grable.
When did that one come in?
10:21 a.m.
Well, I'll check it out, and then I'll just email all these folks, and maybe I'll just give them to everybody who guessed. We'll see.
All right, sounds good. Hey, Marshall didn't know he was going to be the focus of our meeting today, right?
Yeah, a little bit more than I would have liked, but yeah, a little bit of focus. Folks, for those of you just joining us, you know, I've had to endure 29 of these, usually a tag team between former director Neil Harris and Shannon and the MC Marshall Haproff. So this is my opportunity to give a little back.
Yeah, I've got to be part of that. I'm waiting for me to be the focus of getting picked on. Looks like it's about my time. So anyway, all right. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. We want to thank all of our sponsors, and we want to go ahead, and is this the point where we're going to open it up so everybody can say goodbye? Mark your calendars. Our next coffee break in person is Friday, August 13th, 7 a.m. at the Percy Bacher Center in Hesperia. Have a great Friday, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Have
a good day.
We'll get to you, Shannon. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I know, it's coming.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Happy
Have
Friday,
a great
everyone.
weekend. Have a
Have
good
a great
weekend.
weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.